Good evening. Thank you for joining us on Arirang News. I'm Ji-young. We start with the Asian Games in Hangzhou, where South Korean athletes are also standing out in Monday's events, with silver medals being added to the country's list and an upcoming South and North Korea final in the women's doubles table tennis match. Our Kim Jong-sil wraps up the latest results as of Monday afternoon.
South Korea's Shin Yu-bin and Jeon Ji-hee are going to the final of the women's doubles table tennis match. This is the first time in 21 years that a women's pair will be going for gold. 19-year-old Shin Yu-bin and 30-year-old Jeon Ji-hee beat Japan's Miwa Harimoto and Miyu Kihara 4-1 in Monday's semi-final to secure their place in the final. The South Korean pair lost the first set but won the remaining ones. With powerhouse China losing to Japan 3-1 in the quarterfinals, pundits say this might be a good opportunity for South Korea to aim for gold. The final match will be against North Korea at 7:30 p.m. this evening. This is the first South Korea versus North Korea match in a final at this year's Asian Games, and the first in 33 years since the men's table tennis team claimed gold over North Korea in Beijing. Another achievement was reached by Team Korea, this time in the men's double kayak 500 meters final. Cho Kwang-hee and Chang Sang-won took second place, with first place going to China. Team Korea also came in strong in roller skating, with both women's and men's teams claiming silver medals in their respective speed skating 3,000 meters relay races. For 3 days in a row since roller skating matchups began on Saturday, South Korea has been winning medals. Last but not least, high jumper Woo Sang-hyuk moved on to the finals after jumping only once in the preliminary round on Monday. Woo will aim for his first win at the Asian Games on Wednesday against rival Mutaz Essa Barshim from Qatar. Kim Jong-sil, Arirang News.
It's a temporary public holiday here in South Korea, designated by the government to extend the Chuseok holiday to a 6-day break. President Yoon Suk-yeol continued to spend his extended Chuseok holiday with Koreans serving the country without a break on the front lines of public safety and security. And on Sunday, which was also Armed Forces Day, the president visited and inspected units on the country's border with North Korea. Our Oh Soo-young has the details.
Emphasizing peace and prosperity as two sides of one coin, President Yoon Suk-yeol expressed his thanks and support for South Korean troops on the front lines of the country's heavily militarized border with North Korea. Marking Armed Forces Day on Sunday, the president visited the 25th Infantry Division to encourage soldiers on duty throughout the long Chuseok holiday.
현재 안보 상황이 매우 엄중하지만 여러분의 이 당당한 위용을 보고 국민과 함께 든든하게 생각하고 있습니다.
Yoon emphasized their role in boosting not only the security, but also the well-being of the Korean population.
군이 강력한 힘으로 국가 안보를 지킬 때 국민들도 여러분을 신뢰하고 경제 활동을 하고 일자리를 만들어내고 성장을 할 수 있는 것입니다. 안보와 경제는 하나입니다. 여러분이 안보 최전선에서 이렇게 헌신하고 있는 것이 바로 우리의 경제와 산업을 일으키는 지름길이라는 점을 명심하시고 자부심을 가지고 여러분의 소임에 임해 주시기 바랍니다.
The president in particular commended the unit, which was established in 1953, immediately after the Korean War, and has successfully conducted more than 30 counter-espionage operations, discovering North Korea's invasion tunnels in 1974.
지난해부터 미래 국방 혁신을 수행하는 아미 타이거 시범 여단을 운영하는 사단으로서 국방 혁신의 선도적인 역할을 하고 있습니다. 항상 싸우면 이기는 상승 비룡부대 장병 여러분이 자랑스럽고 든든합니다.
According to presidential spokesperson Lee Do-won, Yoon personally observed the North Korean guard post through a telescope and told the infantry commander not to hesitate even a second and return fire upon attack. Yoon then inspected the general outpost patrol route. Meeting with young troops, the president said he was full of hope for the future generation, reassured and inspired by their dignity and confidence in defending the country. As Commander-in-Chief, Yoon said he felt compelled to provide greater support to boost the fighting capacity and welfare of the soldiers. Thanking the soldiers for their service, he treated them to Chuseok holiday dishes, including assorted pancakes and songpyeon rice cakes, as well as Korean fried chicken and pizza.
다시 한번 여러분들이 자랑스럽고 일단 이 앞에 있는 거 좀 먹어. 여러분들하고 또 좀 얘기 좀 하죠. 어머니 아버지하고는 통화 좀 하셨어요? 예. 송편도 먹었고?
After the meeting, he made an unscheduled visit to the soldiers' dormitories to inspect their living conditions and amenities. Throughout the 6-day extended holiday, the president has been meeting with frontline workers in public safety, law enforcement and sanitation to boost morale and appreciation for their service that enables the peace and prosperity enjoyed by Koreans during the Chuseok period. Chuseok, Arirang News.
The government has designated today as a temporary holiday in an attempt to boost domestic consumption. Our An Sung-jin looks at the backstory of how this is expected to increase economic activity nationwide.
As you can see, Seoul Station, a major hub for travelers in the country, is bustling with people enjoying their extra day off as the 6-day holiday heads towards the end.
The government designating October 2nd as a temporary holiday provided people with 6 days off from September 28th to October 3rd. Starting from the Chuseok holiday and lasting until National Foundation Day. The government made the decision with expectations that this so-called golden vacation would generate economic activity, boosting the country's tourism and domestic consumption through rising demand and increased market revenue.
I extended my plan to stay at my parents' house so I could travel a bit more and eat out with them.
Without the temporary holiday, going on a trip with my family would have been difficult. The cost of train tickets and for accommodation will increase, but at least I have time off to travel.
According to a travel agency, reservations for domestic travel jumped more than 13-fold compared to bookings for the Chuseok holiday last year. This was specifically boosted when the government announced the designation of the temporary holiday, with reservations increasing by 64% within a week of the announcement.
Economic growth is possible not only through production, but also when consumption occurs in tandem. So it seems that the government believes that this temporary public holiday will promote greater consumption than on other days, since it is in the middle of the holiday, leading more people to spend.
However, international flights have also peaked by nearly 900% compared to last year, exceeding the reservation rate of the pre-COVID holiday in 2019 by 90%. Professor Jung added that it is important to promote domestic tourism to stimulate internal consumption.
I think we should try to create more diverse tourism content, such as local events within Korea for holidays like Chuseok, so we can show that it's worth and as exciting to travel domestically.
The government is hoping that the designation of this temporary holiday will boost domestic tourism and increase economic revenue. An Sung-jin, Arirang News.
Subway fares in the capital region will be hiked starting this Saturday. The Seoul Metropolitan Government announced on Monday that the basic single-ride subway fare for an adult will be set at 1,400 won, about $1, roughly 10 cents higher than before. The rise is the first in 8 years after a series of meetings on inflation held by the city government's Transportation Fare Adjustment Committee. More information can be found at Seoul Metro or Seoul City webpage. Well, that is all from us at this hour. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest news. Have a lovely rest of the holiday.